I want to give a salute to everybody that's in the chat room right now. And I apologize for being a little late. Had a little technical difficulties getting the stream up. But now that that's behind us, let's get right to it. Last night, the Golden State Warriors played its second consecutive game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Stephen Curry did not play last night, and let's just get right down to it. Now, what you see here took place not even like 2 minutes into the game last night, and there was this fracas going on. And it started between Jared Vanderbilt and Klay Thompson. And it ended with Draymond Green choking up Rudy Gobert to where Draymond Green, Jared Vanderbilt, and Klay Thompson were ejected from the game last night. This was crazy. This was absolutely crazy what went down last night. And, you know, I'm going to show some footage. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. And to the NBA. I just want to say this is fair use. This for educational purposes only. And let's just get right down to it. DJ, spin it.
Y'all get y'all tussle on. But where the fuck is Rudy Gobert? Big fella, get your motherfucking ass over here. You started COVID, nigga. Somebody get him out the NBA and into the UFC octagon. Since you couldn't keep your hands to yourself, I'm gonna put my hands on you. You had us playing in a butt.
Edwards, little crossover, pull up. That won't fall.
This is what I'm saying.
For 5.
This is what I'm saying.
Well, Draymond has got Gobert in a chokehold. This is ridiculous. Draymond Green should be done. And curious to see between Klay.
Okay, so it was Jaden McDaniels, not Jared Vanderbilt. So my bad on that. That was Jaden McDaniels and Klay Thompson that got into the fracas, not Jared Vanderbilt. But yeah. And, you know, Ticket and I and Too Raw been saying this about Draymond Green for years. Anytime that Stephen Curry doesn't play, Draymond always finds a way to get teed up and kicked out the game. I remember a game where they were at home against Utah Jazz a couple years ago, and Rudy Gobert was on the Utah Jazz, right? And Draymond Green gets 2 technical fouls back-to-back and kicked out the game. And it seems like when Steph doesn't play, Draymond want to not play neither. And what's interesting about that, Stephen Curry, from what reports say, now you got to take this with a pinch of salt because reports can change between games, but Stephen Curry looks like he's not going to play in their next game neither. So we got to see what happened with Draymond and whether or not he gets suspended. Because in all likelihood, he will get suspended for this. Let's peep game from a different angle.
So no punches between McDaniels and Thompson, just a lot of swinging. Green comes in there, a chokehold on Rudy Gobert. Steve Kerr is telling Draymond, let go, let go. Finally, he does.
Once again, all that is courtesy of NBC Sports Bay Area. But, yeah, man, Draymond Green, man, is like, this dude just doesn't know when to turn it off. And it's like anytime there's a fracas, he has to insert himself into the fracas when he had absolutely nothing to do with it. And to the point that I made about Draymond Green not wanting to played whenever Steph is out. Rudy Gobert called out that same thing at the post-game press conference last night. Now, Rudy Gobert might have got choked out at the beginning of the game, but at the end of the game, the Golden State Warriors choked away a 12-point lead, and they end up losing 104 to 101. And Rudy Gobert made a block on Dario Saric's three-point attempt at the end of the game is what preserved that victory. So even though he might have gotten choked out in the beginning, Golden State choked away the game in the end. It'll be interesting to see what the NBA does in regards to this fracas that went down last night. Now, Rudy Gobert and Draymond Green, this is not their first dance around the barn when it comes to specific issues and these two getting tangled up. It's not their first time doing this. It's not their first time doing this. You got Rudy Gobert saying that Draymond Green is getting involved in clown behavior. Rudy Gobert calling somebody a clown. That's hilarious right there. That's hilarious coming from Rudy Gobert. Now, these two, like I said, these two have had a history of going at it. These two have had a history. Ever since Rudy Gobert was on the Utah Jazz, him and Draymond Green been going at it. Now, I don't know if this feud had to do with them and who's winning Defensive Player of the Year and all that. I don't know. All I do know is this. What went down last night was totally unnecessary. So this is what Rudy Gobert said last night. Just clown behavior. That he was proud of himself for being the bigger man, and it doesn't even deserve him putting his hands on him. His team needed him tonight, so he wanted to keep his cool and not make the situation worse. He do hope the league is going to do what needs to be done because that was just clown behavior. He also went on to accuse Green of intentionally trying to get ejected in the game last night due to a sprained knee. It's kind of funny because before the game, he was telling himself Steph is not going to play, so he knew Draymond was trying to get ejected. Every time Steph doesn't play, he doesn't want to play without his guy Steph, so he's doing anything to get ejected. That's all good. That was hilarious what Rudy Gobert said because it's true. It's true. If Steph not in the game, then Draymond Green ain't trying to play in that game, man. He ain't. So of course, Tuesday night is normally devoted to NXT, and every once in a while AEW might have its own special Tuesday night Dynamite. And Draymond Green wanted to hurry up and get in on the action. Now, like I say, the NBA is going to look at this, and there's a good possibility that Draymond Green is going to get fined and suspended. Another element to this game was the fact that Andrew Wiggins, and I don't know what's wrong with Andrew Wiggins. I don't know what's going on with him, but he was definitely missing in action. If there was any game for Andrew Wiggins to get right, it would have been last night. Klay Thompson got kicked out the game. So he had no impact last night, but his night ended very early. But Andrew Wiggins, he played 28 minutes last night, had 9 points on 4 of 15 shooting, with 3 steals on the block and 7 rebounds. I don't know what's going on with Andrew Wiggins, but until he gets it right, until he gets out of his funk, Golden State is going to be in a world of trouble. You got Klay Thompson, before he got kicked out the game last night, he was been in the shooting slump. Andrew Wiggins has been in the slump as well. Steph Curry had to take a lot of the scoring load onto him. And that could pose problems later on if they don't get it right. Now, there's trade rumors about Andrew Wiggins, especially when you got guys like Jonathan Kuminga waiting in the wings to crack the rotation and get his role expanded. So you got Jonathan Kuminga waiting in the wings. And it'll be interesting to see how much longer the Warriors is going to wait for Andrew Wiggins to get out of his funk. So in the coming days and weeks, we need to be on the lookout for that. We need to be on the lookout for that in the coming days and weeks, right? They also need to trade Draymond. Look, Draymond got to go. And I'm sorry, he has to go. He got to go. He got to go. All good things must come to an end. All good things must come to an end. They got to trade Draymond Green. They got to see what they can get for him. Now, when you got guys like Moses Moody who can contribute, Gary Payton II that can contribute, and he's giving you defense. You got Dario Saric in there, so it's not like Golden State is devoid of options. They're not. Maybe they might go after Karl Anthony Towns, but then again, if Minnesota keeps winning, what's the point of Minnesota trading away Karl Anthony Towns? Unless they're trying to re-sign him to an extension. But yeah, Draymond Green, man, I mean, he's doing too much. He's doing way too much. And he's been doing this for a long time and has been getting away with it. Whether it be kicking people in the nuts, socking teammates, putting chokeholds on the opposition and all that. I mean, at what point do we say enough is enough with this guy? Maybe him and James Harden can form a tag team in AEW. Call themselves Double Trouble or some shit. I don't know. But I wonder how long the NBA is going to suspend this guy. I wonder how long the NBA is going to suspend him. They're going to suspend him for like 4 games, 5 games, and then he appeals it. And then Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, you on cap too. You talk about how Rudy Gobert grabbed Klay Thompson's neck. Now, there's no way in this photo or in the video that Klay Thompson's neck was grabbed by Rudy Gobert. So Steve Kerr, you on cap too. You on cap. You on cap, Steve Kerr. And let's not forget, those are Mark Jackson's championships. Those are Mark Jackson's championships you parading around with, Steve Kerr. But you tell them to talk about, oh man, Rudy Gobert grabbed Klay Thompson's neck. Where? He was trying to break up the fight. Draymond Green tried to insert himself, talk about, oh man, he grabbed my boy's neck. That's not your, what? All that, I mean, whatever, man. Whatever. So anybody trying to listen to that, what Steve Kerr trying to say, bro. Straight up. I know you're trying to stick up for your players and all that, but nowhere in that did Rudy Gobert grab Klay Thompson's neck. And you notice that everyone that was on the bench stayed there, because if you left the bench to go try to break up that fight, that was an automatic 1-game suspension. So, and all that came on the heels of the Malice in the Palace. That's why you start seeing all these rules in play now when it comes to these fisticuffs going down on the court. These players not allowed to leave the bench, because if they do, it's an automatic 1-game suspension. So Golden State got a lot of figuring out to do. They got a lot of figuring out to do. When it comes to the short term, with guys like Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson need to find their shot and take some of the scoring load off of Steph and Curry, to what they're going to do in the long term while still trying to pursue that championship dream. Because I know the core guys want to stay there and win a 5th one. And then what about the guys that's waiting in the wings to be part of the future of the Golden State Warriors, like the Jonathan Kumingas and the Moses Moody's and stuff like that? Even there's that power forward that they got there. What is his name? They got that power forward that's there that has upside. What is that guy's name? Hold on. I gotta find out now. I gotta find out what that guy's name. Trace Jackson Davis, that's his name. I like him. Trace Jackson Davis. If he can somehow get some court time, I think he got some upside to him as well. And then the guy last night, Braden Podziemski, he benefited when Klay Thompson and all them dudes got kicked out the game. Or Brandon Podziemski. That's his name. What's up, First Down? So yeah, man. You guys, let me know what y'all think about this, man. That whole thing was crazy. It wasn't even 2 minutes into the game, and they had this going on. Golden State's next game is win the next game. Their next game is tomorrow night against Oklahoma City. So Golden State is on a 4-game losing streak They've been at home since last Saturday. No, I take that back. They've been home since last Saturday. Because their last road game was last Wednesday when they lost to the Denver Nuggets. And they returned home and lost to Cleveland once and then lost to Minnesota twice. And they got 2 more against OKC, and then they're home again against the Houston Rockets. So the Golden State Warriors don't go back on the road again until the 22nd of November, where they play Phoenix. That's next time they go back on the road. So if you can't even take care of home court, and Draymond Green getting kicked out these games, or because his boy ain't playing, I tell you, man. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Once again, all the credits, video credits, are owned by NBC Sports Bay Area. I do not own the rights to them. And the videos that were displayed on the channel were for educational purposes only. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hey!